Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Music Den. I'm your host, Armando Venditti. Hoping you guys having a great day. Ladies and gentlemen, I am back with album anniversaries. Today I'm going to be looking at albums celebrating the 40th anniversary. For the month of March 1986, I have three albums to talk about, and they range in musical genres from what I would call industrial synth pop to avant pop funk to synth pop. Now, from the three albums, we're going to start off with Depeche Mode with the release of Black Celebration. The follow-up release to their album Some Great Reward in 1984 with the singles People Are People, Blasphemous Rumors, and Master and Servant. Black Celebration was released on March 17th, 1986, recorded from November 85 to February 86. The album was produced by Depeche Mode, Gareth Jones, and Daniel Miller. Released through Sire Records in North America and through Mute Records in the UK and in Europe. 11 tracks in total. This album had three singles released from it, and I guess a fourth unofficially attached to the album released at the time. The three main singles were A Question of Lust, A Question of Time, and Stripped. And the fourth single that was released as an extra single was Shake the Disease. 11 tracks in total again. Short album again, 41 minutes and 1 second. Now, Depeche Mode have always been a band that, although they are synth pop, industrial synth pop is the only way I can describe them. It's the only subgenre that fits this band. Their lyrics are more dark in nature in terms of self doubt, sexual themes, doubting religion, doubting oneself, doubting society, doubting people around you. And this album does carry on that theme in terms of songs like the title track, Black Celebration, Flying on a Windscreen. Again, the single A Question of Lust, Sometimes, It Doesn't Matter Too, A Question of Time, Stripped, Here's the House, A World Full of Nothing, Dressed in Black, Black Celebration, Dressed in Black, and New Dress. Now, Some Great Reward with the singles People Are People and Blasphemous Rumors and, A Master and Servant. The melodies on the album, Some Great Reward, were more immediate, more in your face, more prominent, more evident, more catchy. With Black Celebration, the band took a bit of a step back and went more introverted and more layered and more textured in terms of the musical arrangements that they were doing. Martin Gore, being the main songwriter for the band, really dove deep and really went inside himself to write these songs and write these lyrics. It's a dark album, even from the album cover, with the building up front, with the glass and the tulips in front of the building. The way it's structured, even the black album cover, the black background. It's a very dark album, and I think that the band purposely took a step back and did this to sort of, I guess, sort of rebalance themselves as to the kind of music that they wanted to present and write and record. And this album would start a launch of a string of four albums that critics would come to label as Depeche Mode's peak period. After Black Celebration, you had Music for the Masses in 1987, Violator in 1990, and Songs of Faith and Devotion in 1993. And yeah, those albums, not songs, back to back, amazing, amazing. This album for me, when it came out, took a bit of time to get used to. I'm still getting used to it after all these years. I do believe that if they released Shake the Disease on the album as an official part of a track on the album, I think that it would have made the album just a little more stronger. 12 tracks instead of 11. You'd be looking at a playing time of 45 minutes and change. Big deal, right? I think that it's a good album. I do need to sit with it again, revisit the album, and it is a good album. I just think that maybe for the fans at the time, it was maybe a little too much in terms of the darker themes. and textured arrangements that they were going for. But again, it is a good album. From one extreme to the other, we're going to tackle the next album from the Pet Shop Boys, their debut release, Please, released on March 24th, 1986. Uh, re- Released through Parlophone Records in the UK and in Europe, and through EMI America in North America. The album was recorded in August of 85, November of 85 to January of 86, produced by Stephen Hogg. Total playing time of 42 minutes and 50 seconds, 11 tracks in total, featuring the singles West End Girls, Opportunities, Let's Make Lots of Money, Love Comes Quickly, and Suburbia. Now, again, from Depeche Mode, industrial synth pop, to Pet Shop Boys, pop, synth pop all the way. This album, for me, it was a massive hit worldwide. West End Girls, a massive hit. I've never been a fan of West End Girls. I think it's got to do with Neil Tennant's uh, a spoken word vocal on the verses. It's not been a favorite song of mine. I'm more for Opportunities, Let's Make Lots of Money, and Suburbia. The club mixes for these tracks released in the clubs were massive hits. You could not walk into a club in 85, 86, 87, 88, 89 without listening to a remix of a Pet Shop Boys track, whether it be whoever did the remix. Usually it would have been Shep Pettibone at this point. But yeah, really the only tracks that stand out for me on this album are West End Girls, Opportunities, Let's Make Lots of Money, Suburbia, and the lead off track, Two Divided by Zero. Very short tracks, 3 minutes and change to 4 minutes and change maximum. Again, it's not one that I would really go back to, but it was a massive hit, right, at the time. The third and final album we're going to be talking about today on this episode, we have Prince and the Revolution with Parade, uh, the follow-up release to Around the World in a Day from 1985. Parade was released on March 31st, 1986, recorded from on April 17th, 1985 to early 1986, produced by Prince, released on his own label Paisley Park through distribution of Warner Brothers, with a total playing time of 40 minutes and 57 seconds, 12 tracks in total. This album I would list as avant pop, funk, pop, pretty schizophrenic album. Now, let me set this up for you. Again, this is a follow up release to Around the World in a Day, which followed up Purple Rain. And this is the last album to be released under the name of Prince and the Revolution. He would disband the Revolution in October of 86 after a tour of Japan that saw Prince smash his guitar on stage during the playing of Purple Rain, where Wendy Melvoin basically motioned to the rest of the band, running her hand across the throat, saying, "It's over, it's over." He would disband the group. Uh, Now, in terms of the musical style on the album, again, I would say avant pop to funk to jazz. It's a good album. Again, a little schizophrenic. The main hit single from the album was Kiss. Now, Kiss starts off with the history of the track Kiss starts off with Prince writing the song on acoustic guitar. He gave this song to another band named Maserati, who were signed to Paisley Park Records, and Brown Mark, bass player for Prince, was going to produce Maserati. He gave the song Kiss to Brown Mark. Then he took the song back after he heard what was done with the song, removed everything that was done except the backing vocals, which were provided by a couple of the members of Maserati, and redid the song. No reverb on it, and wanted to have it released as a single. Warner Brothers said, there's no reverb on it. It sounds like a demo. And Prince said, unless you release Kiss, I am not going to give you any more singles to release. Now, other singles from the album were Girls and Boys, Mountains, my favorite track on the album, and Another Lover, Hole in Your Head. My favorite track on the album is Mountains. At 3 minutes 57 seconds. There's a 10-minute remix of Mountains that I have on vinyl, and you can probably get it on. You can stream it on YouTube by this point. The music for this album would be featured in the movie Under the Cherry Moon. Uh, and there is a track Under the Cherry Moon written by Prince and John L. Nelson, Prince's father. Again, for me, this album is schizophrenic in that it doesn't really know what it wants to do musically. You go from funk to avant pop with Life Can Be So Nice, to instrumental jazz with the final track on side one of Venus de Milo at minute and 55 seconds. Wonderful string arrangement on that track. Mountains, which starts off side two. Funk, pop galore. Amazing. But the album for me is a little disjointed. It's a little uneven. And this album, along with Around the World in a Day, did not sell as well as Purple Rain. Now, for an artist to want to try and match this the album sales as Purple Rain had, good luck. Good luck. Purple Rain was considered by many as lightning in a bottle, and to try and recapture that, it couldn't be done. But when it came time for Prince, after he disbanded the Revolution and started working on songs for what would be eventually known as Crystal Ball, a 22 song, 3 LP opus, Warner Brothers didn't like the idea of releasing a triple album, seeing as how the previous two albums, Parade and Around the World in a Day, didn't do so well. So, but you know, he relented and released a 16-track album that would later be retitled Sign of the Times. But with Parade, I think again that it is a disjointed, uneven album. I don't think it's as strong as even Around the World in a Day or as strong as Sign of the Times. It's a good album, but I don't think it's one of Prince's best. It does end with the beautiful Sometimes It Snows in April, uh, co-written with Lisa Coleman and Wendy Malvoin of The Revolution. Wonderful song to end the album with, but again, I think that in terms of the different musical styles on the album, yeah, it's uneven. It's an uneven album. So there you have it, guys. Three albums that are celebrating the 40th anniversary for the month of March in 1986. I'm flying solo for this episode, so Ghosh will be away for the next several weeks. And Bill and Ken have graciously allowed, I say allowed in quotes, to have me take this show on as a solo act. And yeah, it was great fun. Please put down your comments below what you think of these three albums in terms of the music that's on them, your memories of these albums. And yeah, I'll be back with more episodes coming up on the channel. Uh, I'm doing a show with Bill Schuster called Outlaws and Heroes, where Bill's going to take the reins of the episode, and he's going to talk about his favorite country rock albums. We're going to be doing another episode called Second Time Around, where we talk about our favorite sophomore releases, and I'm doing that one with Bill Schuster as well. And Ken and Jim will give me their lists for that episode. And yeah, we've got more shows that we're working on, and we're going to bring them to you as soon as we possibly can. Please look after yourselves and one another, and click like and subscribe and hit the notification bell again to keep yourselves on top of any new content we've got coming up. You can check us out on X. I'm going to be uploading videos from the channel on X, so you can enjoy them there as well. And that's it for now. Please look after yourselves and one another, and I'll see you soon on the Music Den. All right, bye for now.